Sound wise, I think I never really figured out what I wanted to sound like or took the time to really carve out an identity, which is a gift and a curse at the same time because with Intern Aquarium, right, you have this project that did well, or I had this project that did well, and I loved it for the time being, but I always knew I wanted to make bigger sounds. I always knew I wanted to incorporate more melody. I always knew I could be a lot better as an artist. And the project I followed it up with was Title Grades, which still had some rapping, but was a lot different of a project. And then I followed it up complete 360 or 180 or whatever with Captain, which is a completely different sounding project. Different feelings, different emotions, just a whole different color if you're breaking down into colors. And when that project didn't take off as well as I wanted it to, which by design it did what it was supposed to do, because while I was making it, I think you can ask people around me, or I know I at least told it to a girl I was talking to at the time, that the project I make after this, the next like album I make after this project, will be my best work to date, because I felt like I was learning a lot while I was making Captain. And sometimes you have to have that awareness to know that, oh, this is just practice right now. This, whether it feels like a big thing to you or not. And I don't think that should be any excuse to make something half-assed, but knowing your limits and knowing how far you can reach, and knowing how far you can reach now, but knowing how far you'll probably be able to reach the next day is important. And I feel like with Captain, I made a mistake of, like, when that project came out, I had Holy Ghost, I had Rosebud recorded, I had Mobbin' 2. I had a lot of songs that ended up being on as like this like Lucy project, but that if I could go back in hindsight and restructure Captain and step out of my own head in this idea of, oh, I'm gonna make this dark project, this is what I'm gonna make because this is what I'm going through right now, whether you like the project or not. I'm not saying it's a terrible project. I'm just saying I could have made it a better thing had I got out of my own head of what I originally thought it was going to be. And I knew for this project, I wanted to make a new sound. And I know I'd gotten better, and I wanted to expand my sound. But at the same time, I showed some restraint, because I didn't want to just take this big leap, which sometimes is cool, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to build that story up, and I think it's only fair to your fans or the people listening to you when you build that story and transition them. Sure, when you switch sounds, you're gonna lose a lot, and you're gonna gain a lot depending on how well you execute. But I wasn't afraid to take that risk this time, but I was also a lot smarter with how I did it. And I felt closing the intern chapter would be the perfect opportunity to introduce more melody, more singing, a better songwriting, better delivery, and all these things before I transition into a different sound, which I've been working on at the same time with this project. And another thing I learned from that Captain experience was, I remember I originally was going to do this in 3 parts, and then based on 2 coming out and Fuchsia and Revenge of the Intern, and just when I realized I could make this a full album, as much as I still wanted to do the 3 EP thing, spell out This Is Weird, I had to chase the stronger idea, which was, let me make this a full project.